Hello, if you're watching this video today, you feel like your chapters are terrible. You look at a page and feel completely lost. Everything you try is not working, but I have a suggestion for you and I think maybe you should try this. Now these ideas come from many places like J.K. Rowling, Brandon Sanderson, Abby Emmons, and many more, and I'll link to them down here. Now, these are some of their ideas that I've changed so that they work more for me, and you can change my ideas to work more for you. It's about personal preference. So let's talk about it. Now, I do have a video that has this Notion template and me going into more detail about everything, but I'm just going to do an overview for now. So if you want those details, I'll link to that video down below and you can have that template and have a bit more of a deep discussion about what these things are. Right, so what I do first is I will go into my timeline and work out where my character is and what is going on with them. You can do a very clever little trick, which is add filter. So you can go over to title, add about Amy, for example. You can add Amy, for example, and it will tell you things to do with that character. And you can do this for if you have different perspectives, because I tend to have quite a few perspectives, to work out where your POV is and what they've been through. I find this super interesting and useful just to keep a track on what we're doing. So learn about where your character has been and it'll tell you what your character is going to do. I then would go into my plot breakdown and do the exact same again. In my plot breakdown, I do a J.K. Rowling style thing where I start with chapter, the plot, and I will go on to details that I want to keep for the whole story. So for example, here I put Tom wants to get to know Amy, and then Amy's little subplot is that she is trying to get a promotion. And when I write chapters with POVs, what I would tend to do is put a bracket and put the person's name if I've got multiple POVs going on. I will then filter, do the same again, make sure that the filter is in chapter, which is here, contains a me, and it will, boom, find it for us. I know that there's nothing really there, but I don't want to add too much information because then you will have to delete it all. But you can do that. Like the current story I'm working on now, Project Neon Pink, that is what I do. I will filter out just the one character, and it's a good way for you to read through what you've done without having to read through everything that you have done. I like it for me, and then I can get the idea of what this character's feeling, their subplots, how their subplots are moving on, progressing, and what is going on. I would then personally move into my plot plans. Now my plot plans, they're my saving grace, and this is things I've taken mostly from other writers. So I will summarize what I think should be happening in the chapter. I will also list who is in that chapter. It just focuses the mind on, right, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. This is an amazing question to ask yourself. What is the point of the scene? The amount of times when I was writing in the early days, I would just write a scene and then go, well, yeah, it needs to be there for character moments, but there actually was no point to it. It didn't hold any weight, it didn't really do anything, and it really was just a use of words. This is, again, another good question that will help you think about what is going on. What does it set up? What are you doing? Why is it here? This is like your what, and this is like your why. Keep these in, answer these questions, work it out. The next one is important character moments. What is happening? What is important? What is big? And I don't mean big as like the war started. One of my important character moments is they looked at a person differently for the first time. They realised that actually they did care, they did trust them. It's important things that need to be noted. What promises have been made? So you'll have to look at your previous chapters, things that you've done before, and see what promises you've said to the reader. What have you said that's coming? For example, when we do this whole Amy and I believe it's Tom, Amy and Tom scenario, in their first interaction, we could make them sort of look at each other, be interested. So in that, we are promising the reader that something is going to happen between them. What promises are being made in this chapter right now? So answer that question. And then what progress is being made towards them? The promises that have been made, the promises that are being made, what progress are you making towards them? Because people get bored in stories when there is no progress. Again, it doesn't need to be the journey across the desert, all these amazing things. It needs to be something as simple as maybe Amy and Tom spend some time together and they actually get to know each other and I think, wow, I really like you. Simple information like that. And then I also have key information. I want the time, I want the date that this has happened so I can retain this information. Again, give these a go, try it. Answering these questions will probably get you into that scene and understanding what you're doing with it. I hope this video has helped you. Again, check out my other video where I'll go into, on this website, so I'll go into the character charts, I'll go into the world details, and I'll go into the read-through notes. Again, you can have this template for free. It's on the other video. It's in the description of that other video. I've linked that video down here. Thank you for watching and see you later.